Hey, what's up guys, Retro Gaming Guy here. So today in this video, we're gonna jump in here and test out the Beelink SER8 mini PC. I've waited a long time to review this. I've tested out the 5, the 6, the 7. Now it's time for the 8. And the specs at first glance look really impressive. So what we'll do in this video is we'll unbox this. We'll take a look at what it offers in terms of layout and design. And then we'll fire it up. We'll jump into a wide range of games to really dive in and test out what the performance is like gaming on here. But before we do that, I wanna comb through the specs on here that are very impressive right out of the gate. So this is actually powered by the AMD Ryzen 7 8845HS processor. That's going to deliver speeds of up to 5.1 gigahertz. We have 8 cores, 16 threads on there. We've got 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. We have a 1 terabyte SSD installed within, running Windows 11, and we have the AMD Radeon 780M graphics, which are absolutely phenomenal. Now, one thing I want to talk about with this processor is that this is actually equipped with a new Zen 4 architecture, which gives us a 30% performance boost over the Ryzen 7 7735HS, which I've always been a big fan of that. So to have a 30% boost on top of that is absolutely insane. We also have 4K triple display capabilities on here. That means that you can bring this PC up on 3 different 4K monitors or displays of any kind very easily, which I'm really excited about. I personally don't use 3 displays, but I know a lot of people that do. It's an amazing capability to have, even if you don't tap into it on a regular basis. Now, this newly crafted design for the SER8 also has some amazing cooling capabilities on here. It's going to be much more efficient in cooling this mini PC. It's much quieter. In fact, this is one of the quietest mini PCs out there on the market today, and it's got a dust-proof design, which as we start to unbox this and comb through the layout and design, I will show you what makes this a dust-proof design as soon as we dive into it. So let's not wait any longer. Let's start unboxing it. All right, let's start opening this up. All right, so pretty heavy for the actual mini PC. We're gonna set that aside. Let's see what else comes in here first. So we've got our little greeting. We've got our user manual here, which is pretty basic from model to model here in terms of what the Beelink series offers. Here walks through our layout and design for all of our different port offerings. We also have how we would go ahead connecting this over to monitors or multiple monitors here, because we do have that triple display capability. So we'll set that aside. Here is our power supply cable and a HDMI cable right here as well. So that's everything inside of here. I'll actually put these back in for the time being. Now let's open up the actual SER8 mini PC. All right, so taking a look at the base here, this is becoming very standard for Beelink's products. You'll notice here that we have these 4 little rubber stoppers on the bottom, and you actually have to pry those out to access the bottom screws. And this entire piece here, while it is ventilation, it's also our dust-proof design. So dust can't penetrate all the way through here. There's actually a filter on the inside of this. So I'll open this up and show you guys, but I will say it is definitely a bit of a time-consuming process to pry each of these rubber stoppers out, access the screws within, and then open everything up. Just much more time consuming than what we see on a lot of the modern day mini PCs, but very nice silver metallic sort of finish to this. Definitely got some weight to it. Right here in the front, we have our power button all the way over here on the left-hand side. We've got our audio connection right here, so we can plug our headphones in if we want. We've got a Type-C port right here, USB-A port right here. We'll flip this to both sides, and you'll notice that there's no ventilation or any ports on either side. But the back side here, we have 2 additional USB-A ports, Ethernet port right here, display port, HDMI port, USB-C port. So this is going to be your triple display capabilities here for connecting over to 4K displays, whether it's a TV or a computer monitor. DisplayPort, HDMI, and the USB-C are going to have your back completely. We have another USB-A over here, another jack over here where we can plug in our headphones or headset. And then we also have ourselves a power supply port right there. So that's how we'll go ahead and connect our power supply cable. So let me open this up for you guys because I definitely want to show you how we access everything internally here. And I want to show you how this is a dust-proof design. All right, so I'm going to take my pick here, and basically you have to almost puncture these. And you can see it doesn't leave much of a indent into the actual rubber stopper, but if you don't have one of these tools, you're going to be scrambling trying to figure out how you're going to access this. And this is just a pick that I found. Actually, it was bundled in like a cleaning kit that I used to use for retro game consoles. So I never really used it for much of anything until the need arose to start using it with these. Then you're just going to take your typical screwdriver here, and you can access the 4 set screws in the bottom. So all in all, it really wasn't a tedious process here, but it's inconvenient if you don't happen to have something to use as a pick. A knife won't do it. Tweezers you'll probably struggle with even. So you really need one of these tools, which you can see, has a a very sharp edge to it on both ends, just to kind of puncture the edge and peel it up. So there we go. We've got all 4 screws removed, and make sure you have a magnetic tip on your screwdriver. It's going to make life so much easier. And then from there, you'll notice there's a little pull tab right here. It's literally that simple. So right here, you have this little dust sort of ventilation here. In fact, it's called a dust filter, but anything that kind of penetrates through here, dust, debris, anything like that, little bugs, if you have, if it's that time of year and you have gnats flying around, they'll all get stuck right here. They're not going to penetrate through here and, get stuck on your RAM and stuff like that internally. So if you want to remove this now, you'll notice that there's 2 set screws on here. So we'll go ahead and remove these. Now, these are slightly smaller screws, so you want to keep them separate from the other 4 that you initially removed from the outside panel. And then we'll just simply pry it up, and you can see how easy it is to remove. So you have full access to everything here. It's really not that difficult to do this. This is the key in the end. You need to have a little pick like this in order to access everything the proper way and the most efficient way. So easy access to everything. If you want to customize things within, you can easily do that right here. You have access to pretty much everything very easily here. So I'm not going to dive any further into this. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this in place, and we'll fire this up and start diving into some games to see where the performance lies.
think you can keep versus thief. Fight! You win.
Like that? That's called getting whooped.
Get a flashbang in there! I have eyes on the school. Over.
2-1, we are combat ineffective here. We're taking heavy fire from the school. Can you assist? Over.
Squad, on me, let's go. Keep it together, 2-3. We're on the way. 2-1 out.
What? How will you get back?
I'll figure something out.
Eliminate? Chief, whatever you're planning to do, do it fast.
We do not.
That hologram. It's Atriox. He led the attack on the Infinity. He was looking for something. He killed everyone.
I know. We met. Possible. Your eyes deceive you, bro. Just the word. Together. Start fighting whenever you are ready.
All right, guys, we jumped into the Beelink SER8 today, and wow, this definitely met all my expectations and even exceeded my expectations. Let's first talk about the layout and design. It's very much in line with what we've seen from Beelink in the past. This is very different, though, than the Beelink SER6 or SER7. I like the silver metallic sort of feel to it. It's got some weight to it. It's got great port offerings here. You have the Type-C in front, the USB-A in front, audio jack. So for a gamer, it's got everything that I need right in the front here. It's a little bit more streamlined than some of the other options that have multiple USB-As, but it's got those on the back side here. We also have the triple 4K display capabilities here, which is just absolutely amazing. Now, I've been very open about the fact that I don't personally use triple displays ever. However, it's awesome to have that ability if I ever decide one day that, hey, let me throw one more monitor into the mix. I use double displays on a regular basis, though, and I'm a big fan of what that offers. So triple, for a lot of people, is going to be an absolute home run, and to have it in 4K, exceptional. Now, let's talk about the cooling on here. The cooling is something that I really saw a major upgrade from the SER7 and the SER6 and the SER6 Max, in fact. Really well put together cooling, and I've seen that actually with past models from Beelink in the meantime as well. So it's cool to see that brought into the mix here. Same with the dust-free design. I love the fact that they are now bringing in that dust filter. I'm not crazy about how you have to access everything internally. I'll be honest about that. I'm not crazy about those rubber stoppers. I just think that for me, it's not a big deal. I recently came across that with the SEI-14 from Beelink. So I have all the necessary tools to easily remove those, and I remove them in a matter of seconds. It's not that it's a time-consuming process if you have the necessary tools. It's that not everybody's going to have the necessary tools. People are going to start trying to pry those out with screwdrivers, toothpicks, paper clips, and then you're going to start scratching the bottom, and I just think it's going to be frustrating for people. So maybe what they could do is provide you with just a tiny little tool thrown into the box that enables you to remove those effortlessly. That would be one way to approach that. Or I don't know, just highlight that you're going to need some tools in order to effortlessly access everything inside. So that's the only negative that I see about the entire mini PC here. Love the way everything is laid out inside. It's done in such a way where everything just makes sense and it's super efficient. You have exceptional cooling here. You have the dust filter to keep everything or all like debris and dust and all that stuff from penetrating inside of the actual mini PC. The other amazing thing is that this is a virtually silent mini PC, and that's not the case for most mini PCs. Most mini PCs, especially when you're jumping into AAA titles, which is a big part of what I did today, you start to really hear the mini PC, not sputtering or anything, but you hear it running, and you hear it running harder and harder the longer you're going at AAA titles that are super demanding. With this, I mean, if it wasn't, if I didn't have the screen in front of me on, I would have to wonder if the thing was even turned on. It's so quiet. So that's another amazing feature for, this particular product here, especially if you're going to be gaming on here where, you would typically have that louder sound, associated with the experience. Now, for games, this can handle everything that you throw at it. I was able to jump into retro today, and I can play anything from early Atari all the way through PS3, Xbox 360. I'm not a big 360 emulator. I really enjoy playing that on original hardware myself, but it can handle Xbox 360. Anything that the emulators can handle, this mini PC is going to get you into that, to the best of its ability. Best of the emulator's ability, I'll say, not the mini PC. There's no limitations with retro on this mini PC at all. It would be the same experience as jumping into retro on a high-powered, full-scale gaming PC. Now, with AAA titles, you're able to get into even the most demanding AAA titles on here without issue. You're even able to load up much faster than any of the other mini PCs that I've seen in the past. So I love the fact that Beelink has really dialed into what would make the experience better for the user, and they have tackled that. And they've tackled that from model to model. I've been following them since the SER8 came out, so the 5, 6, 7, now the 8, and every single model has made major improvements and advancements moving forward. So that's not the case with a lot of other brands out there. A lot of other brands will just kind of tweak things externally sometimes, and when you really look at the specs, there's not much difference. There is significant difference here from the 7 to the 8, and back from the 5 to the 6 and 6 to the 7. So they're always moving forward in a positive way to better their products, which is something that I have tremendous respect for. Now, in addition to all of that, I do want to say this though. Actually, I am a paying customer for this. And I know with, YouTubers and reviews like this, people often think that I'm just reviewing stuff that's sent to me. And that is the case for some things. However, with this, I have a good relationship with Beelink. I just recently reviewed the SEI-14 from them. But this one I went out and I got myself because I was quite frankly, tired of waiting for them to have enough of these in inventory to send them out to content creators. So I just went out and bought this. So I'm a paying customer at the full retail price currently at the time of this video of $649.99, and I'm happy. I think that that's an amazing price point. And if we think back to when the SER8 was released, it was released around $830 if I'm not mistaken. So this is significantly less for significantly more specs and performance capabilities here. So love what this offers. Let me know what you guys think of the Beelink SER8 though. Are you happy with the performance? Do you like the layout and design? What would you improve if you had say in the matter? Let me know in the comments of this video. You guys know the deal. If you want additional information on the Beelink SER8, link up here at the top of your screen as well as in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content today, please give me a thumbs up on the video. It's a huge help to me here on YouTube. And of course, hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all future videos right here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.